How chronic stress changes your brain. Have you ever noticed that when life gets really stressful, you start forgetting things? You can't focus. Small problems feel bigger than they should, and even when nothing is wrong, your brain still feels on edge. Most people think stress is just something you feel, but what if stress is actually changing the way your brain works? Let's talk about what's really happening inside your head, because once you understand it, a lot of things suddenly start making sense. Your brain was never designed for constant stress. It was designed for short bursts of danger. Imagine you're walking through a forest and suddenly hear something moving in the bushes. Your brain instantly switches into survival mode. Your heart beats faster, your breathing changes, your muscles prepare to react. In that moment, stress is helping you. The problem is, modern stress doesn't disappear after a few minutes. It's the unpaid bills, the relationship problems, the work pressure, the uncertainty about the future, the constant notifications, the never-ending feeling that something needs your attention. Your brain treats all of these as potential threats, and that's where the trouble begins. One of the first things stress affects is your memory. Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you went there? Or read the same sentence 3 times because your mind kept drifting away? Because you're distracted? Deep inside your brain is a region called the hippocampus. It's responsible for learning and memory. But when stress hormones stay elevated for too long, this area starts working less efficiently. Your brain becomes more focused on survival than remembering details. It's like your mind is saying, forget the small stuff, we have bigger problems to deal with. The result? More forgetfulness, more mental fog, and more frustration. But memory isn't the only thing that changes. Stress also affects the part of your brain that acts like an alarm system. This area is called the amygdala. Its job is to detect danger. Under normal conditions, that's useful, but under chronic stress, the amygdala becomes more sensitive. It starts seeing threats everywhere: a delayed text message, a small mistake at work, a harmless comment from someone. Things that normally wouldn't bother you suddenly feel personal or overwhelming. You become quicker to worry, quicker to react, and slower to calm down. Not because you're weak, because your brain is adapting to what it thinks is a dangerous environment. Now here's where it gets really interesting. The part of your brain responsible for logic, planning, and self-control is called the prefrontal cortex. When everything is functioning properly, it helps you make good decisions. It helps you stay calm. It helps you think before you react. But chronic stress weakens this area. And then, you may find yourself overthinking more, procrastinating more, making impulsive choices. It's almost as if the emotional part of your brain gets louder, while the rational part gets quieter. The worst part? Stress makes sleep harder. Poor sleep makes stress worse. Stress drains your energy. Low energy makes everyday challenges feel bigger. The cycle repeats itself again and again, until feeling stressed starts to feel normal. And that's dangerous, because just because something feels normal doesn't mean it's healthy. But there's something important you need to know. Your brain can recover. In fact, your brain is constantly changing throughout your life. Scientists call this neuroplasticity, which simply means your brain can build new pathways and adapt. The same brain that learned to live in stress can learn to leave it behind. Not overnight, but gradually. Every time you get enough sleep, every time you exercise, every time you take a walk instead of scrolling endlessly, every time you spend time with people who make you feel safe, you're giving your brain a chance to heal. So if you've been feeling forgetful, overwhelmed, or mentally exhausted, don't assume something is wrong with you. It might be your brain responding exactly the way a stressed brain is designed to respond. Because once you understand what's happening, you can start changing it. Take care of your brain, because every thought, every memory, and every dream you have depends on it.